Hey folks, it's initial assessment time, and today I've got Lost Fantasy by Curt Pires and Luca Casalanguida. I got it that time. So this book is from Image. It's giant sized, it says. And this book tells the story of Henry Blackheart, who is a protector of these portals that open from down below into what is considered our world. And it opens up by saying one of the first times that anybody remembers the worlds crossing over was in 1906, which everybody remembers was the San Francisco fire and earthquake. And instead, it wasn't an earthquake, but it was caused by two fire trolls who had stumbled into the city through a previously unknown portal in the world beneath. So, 1906 was the crux and the impetus of all of these portals beginning to open from the world beneath into our own time and our own world. So, in 1907, you get Teddy Roosevelt, who's president. He gets to get shown around Terra, which is the world beneath. And after the First World War ended, then they signed the Treaty of Versailles and allowed these folks to have money put back for them and a stipend in order to pay them to keep the worlds safe, both Terra and our world. So you have 5 different houses that pop up. You got House Blackheart, House Wolfsbane, House Kitsune, House Grootslang, and House Tekumae. And Blackheart finds this baby in the woods and trains him to be his successor. So now we're in modern times. He's going to check out because some girl came running out of the woods with something chasing her and got hit by a car. So he's trying to figure out in this small town in Montana exactly what is going on. He's got the small town sheriff. He's got these dragons that can pop up out of nowhere and help him. So when it says Lost Fantasy, the book is pretty much a mixture of real world and some Final Fantasy things kind of mixed in. There are fantasy elements, dragons, fire dragons from Game of Thrones, a lot of different elements in here, and it's fantasy tropes. But they're mixed in so well together, and the artwork is dynamic. It's not the greatest. It's a little bit sketchy, as you can see here, but it's done well enough that you can tell characters from one another. I've seen stuff like that before where you're scratching your head saying, who is this? What character is speaking right now? You don't have to worry about that in this book. Instead, you get something, and I always thought this was kind of funny. This looks like a Mike Mignola picture, in my opinion. It's a Mike Mignola drawing. And it looks kind of like the Absorbing Man, to be honest, from Marvel Comics. But it doesn't speak, it doesn't say anything, so it's just a man made out of stone. And Blackheart confronts this character, takes it out, and then something happens to him at the end of the issue. Let's just say he's incapacitated for the moment. But this book opened with vim, vigor, and everything else. It really brings you into this world. It gives you an idea of where some of these characters came from, what their deal is, and what is going on. So, I really think that was a great opening. I really think that was an amazing initial issue. So, I'm going to definitely recommend that if you like Dungeons & Dragons, Final Fantasy, if you like action, if you like excellent storytelling and world building that looks like it's going to try to build something huge, then this book is definitely going to be for you, and I'm going to recommend that you have a massive dose of Lost Fantasy because it looks like it's going to be something fun. It looks like it's going to be energetic, and we're going to have plenty of murdering and killing and whodunit and those sort of things in this book as well. So, did you guys pick this up? Because I think it was probably under a lot of people's radars. They don't really know too much about either of the big creators that are in this book, but I think it was a very solid first outing for these two guys to really come out here and just swing for the fences, and I don't think they missed. I really don't. So let me know in the comments if you picked this book up, either this cover, I think there's a cover B as well, but it really, you know, that's almost like a Final Fantasy cover or something like that. That was the cover A. I was extremely impressed with this. And I'm not very much of a magic guy. About the biggest magic that I do is read Constantine. That's about the biggest magical character that I really follow. Everybody else, I don't really follow Zatanna or Zatara. I don't follow any of those other characters. So that wouldn't appeal to me. But the magic part of this is played fast and loose enough that it doesn't really bog down the story. So I'm really happy to see what comes with issue 2. I want to see what happens to Henry Blackheart in issue 2, whether he continues on as our main character or, like I said, if he might be taken off the table at a very early point in this story. But I love the art. Like I said, it's a little sketchy at times, but you get these magical runes. You get the fact that Blackheart is kind of a slacker, but then you get really cool shots like these showing off his magic abilities and magic powers and level of magic that he can control. Then you get to see things like his golden eye, that the dragons are messing with him later on, and then something happened at a party that this girl went to with her older siblings. So there's a lot of different elements to this. And I just can't really say enough good about this, because you get all of this action, you get the setup of is he going to or is he not going to be able to defeat this character, and in the end he wins. But like I said, there's something that happens after that that's going to keep everybody coming back for more. So this was Lost Fantasy Issue 1 by Curt Pires and Luca Casalanguida. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what your thoughts were on this book if you picked it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are closing in on 200 subscribers, so I'm extremely happy to have done that in less than a year and a half. So let's keep moving forward, guys. Let's go.